video. In this video, we want to talk about the backstory to the Elvira and Friends book. You see, years ago, we created this character and we simply called this character Elvira. And then over time, we start adding different characters to go along with this, the character Elvira. So eventually, we said we are going to make Elvira and Friends into a book series, and now we wanted to tell you all about the backstory. The backstory to Elvira and Friends goes like this. Elvira is a witch. She's a fire witch from Southtown Village. And what makes Elvira interesting is the fact that she has one desire, and that's to go to school. Elvira don't want to get stronger. She don't even know her strength. Right now, it's just Elvira, her mom, and her little baby brother. So, Elvira moms allowed her to go to school with her console, and her console goes by the name of Jackee. Jackee travels everywhere with Elvira. Elvira really doesn't know a lot about her dad, so going to school, meeting friends is what she really want to do. But the thing about Elvira, she's a very, very powerful witch because of her dad. Elvira has two horns and she have a tail. This allows her to dance around the shadows. She's very fast. She's a fire witch at that. And the backstory goes like this. There are two schools that's at play. You have the Marshall Academy and you have the Harris House. Because Elvira want to go to the school of the witches and gifted, which is Marshall Academy, which is an all-girls school, ultimately she's going to battle some of the gifted and warlocks that go to the Harris House. Now, the way that it works is you go to school, of course, to learn. You learn about portions, you learn about how to tap into your strength, and you learn about, an array of other things. And once you learn this, the ultimate goal is, and your test is to compete at the tournament. First, you compete at an intra-tournament. The intra-tournament is competing against the strongest foes at your current school, and the strongest at that current school will compete against each other. So, for example, the strongest of the Harris House will compete against the strongest at Marshall Academy. And once the strongest compete, then you get the title as the champion. Next, after you get the title of champion, you get the opportunity to qualify for the Tournament of Power. Now, Tournament of Power goes like this. Those are the strongest kids that falls under the Council of News. News is an acronym, simply means North, East, West, South. The strongest of this council, you are representative. There are different representatives because you have the council that sits on the north part of the continent, and then you have the council that sits on the west, and then of course you have the east, the representatives from the east, and the representatives from the south. In Elvira's case, she's from Southtown Village, so the story plot for Elvira and Friends will sit on the southern part of the continent. Of course, she's not going to see who she's going to face from the west or to the east or to the north. So right now, the whole plot is going to take place down south. So you'll follow the journey as Elvira goes through her daily life. But the ultimate goal is to be the best. And that is the backstory to Elvira and Friends. There will be twists and turns, but we just want to tell you about the backstory so we can get our community excited about the books that's coming to play. Once again, this is Antonio, and we will see you next.